In 2025, I plan on making an incredible transformation. I signed a contract between myself and you guys that I will make 2025 the hardest but most rewarding years of my life. In this first true episode, we will work on removing distractions early on so that we can then work on the things that truly matter, and I will give you tips to remove these distractions and actually double your productivity pretty much immediately. So on the first day of this adventure, January 1st, 2025, I woke up clear-minded. This might be because I didn't stay too late for New Year's Eve and I also didn't drink, so that might explain why. So the first thing I did was to wake up, do my bed, and put my phone down on a table, a place where I wouldn't see or think of it. The reason why I do this is because your phone, your smartphone, is going to be your biggest enemy when it comes to this challenge. It's going to hold so many things that you might think are important for you but are essentially just distractions, and that are going to put you away from actually reaching the important goals that you set yourself. So I put it down on a table where I wouldn't see or think of it and started my day normally. Getting rid of it early on in the morning is the best first step you can do so that you don't start your day on the wrong foot by being distracted by so many things. I started by brushing my teeth and got ready because the first thing I truly did this year in 2025 was to go to the gym. Working out regularly and consistently is one of my biggest and most important goals of 2025. I'm actually going to make an entire video later on about my transformation journey, which we're going to talk about, of course, later on. So let's get back to my story. While I was working out, I voluntarily didn't really use my phone at all, except with one small exception, which I'm going to allow for myself and for you guys, is to listen to music. Music is great when it comes to motivation and to put you in the mood when you are working out, especially if you like me and you like working out truly early in the morning. It really helps you to get in the mood and get that strong energy going. Now, I want to put a little disclaimer about using music when you're working out because you don't want to be reliant on it for energy and motivation, as I just said, because that's what happens over the long term. If you use music as a way of motivating yourself, well, that's great when you're doing it a few times a week. If you do it every single time, at some point you're not even going to be able to work out without some music pumping in your ears super loud. And the other reason why I don't like using my phone when I'm at the gym is because it's distracting me so much from actually being focused on my workout. You're just scrolling on Instagram or looking at something up, and you just spend way more time in your rest time that you're supposed to do. For example, I like to have maybe 2 to 3 minutes of rest between sets, and when I use my phone, it can go to maybe up to 5 or even 6 minutes sometimes because I'm distracted doing something else. So you're gonna have a shorter workout and a workout that is more aligned and comparable from one time to another because you're always going to have the same rest time and be focused on what you're actually doing. So to perform at 100%, track true progress, and be focused on what you're actually doing, I would strongly suggest getting rid of your phone during workouts, except for music, as I just said. Now, once I got back home from my workout, I immediately put my phone down on the same place as I did in the morning because I didn't want it to be in my way for the rest of the day. Now, as you see, there's some sort of pattern that you're seeing right now. Your phone is truly the one thing that's holding you back when you're first starting in self-improvement and working on distractions. So focus on this first, and then let's go to the next few steps. So whether you're outside, at work, in your house, cooking, cleaning, doing anything, getting rid of your phone and having it stay away from you for as much time as you can is the strongest first step you can do for this. Now, as a way for you to realize how much you actually use your phone, I want you to comment down below and be truly honest with yourself. Don't lie about that. Your screen time for the last week. Show us what you truly did. Are you proud of it? Are you not? Show us down below. Now, I'm decently new to it, so I'm still addicted pretty much to my phone, and I had time during this first week of this challenge where my hands were automatically reaching to my pockets to get my phone, even though I was not thinking about anything in special, because when your mind gets bored of anything, the first thought you're gonna get is, let's just grab my phone. There's always something to do on your phone. You can just scroll and you find random things. You don't have to think about anything. It doesn't take you any energy. It doesn't take much time. You can do it at any time, anywhere. So this is very dangerous for your mind to be truly there and to be present during the entire day. And I want you guys to be aware that you have these automatic thoughts of, oh, let's just grab my phone because I don't know what to do. And once you realize that you have these automatic thoughts, it's the only way for you to truly realize, first of all, that you have these thoughts all the time. And when you're truly aware of those, you can put ways to stop you from actually getting your phone at that time. This automatic reaction from your body is like a reaction to a withdrawal syndrome, except the drug this time is your phone and screens in general, because this is so easy for your mind to be like, okay, let's distract myself from having real thoughts and real conversations with myself. I'm just gonna grab my phone, I'm just gonna play video games, I'm just gonna go on social media, because this is so much easier, right? Now, there are two ways that I use myself personally to reduce the amount of time I play video games or go on social media and scroll mindlessly. There are two things I like to use to remove that I'm gonna share with you right now. The first thing would be to create an alternative user on your PC. Now we already got rid of our phone, let's see what we can do on the computer, because this is pretty much the same thing, right? When you don't have access to your phone, what you do, you go on the computer, you can still watch YouTube and do other kind of stuff. Now, I created myself two accounts on my PC, one that is my personal account and one that is my workstation account, where I don't have any apps that are distracting me, and I only have professional, serious apps that I use for work and for other kind of projects that I have. This is great because it's gonna reduce, first of all, visual temptation, because if you don't have these apps installed on this user, there's no way for you to use them. You don't have access to them. And if you just have applications that are here for work and you only see them, that way you're gonna subconsciously be like, okay, then I can just go work. And one thing that works great is that when you consciously choose the workstation account instead of your personal account, this is when your brain is going to turn automatically into some sort of work mode, because you don't have the visual clues to get distracted and you don't really have the choice either. Now that you already made the choice to go on your workstation account, your brain is going to be like, okay, well, I might as well just work. And the second thing I truly like to do to remove those distractions from my PC is to have blocker apps or Chrome extensions to help me reduce the time I spend mindlessly doing things. First one being, for example, Unhook. It's a Chrome extension where you can pretty much manually change the way YouTube is gonna look. You can remove subscriptions, you can remove the feed, you can remove things that are being recommended to you or videos on the side. You can pretty much remove anything, even thumbnails. So what I like to do is to put everything pretty much away and just keep the search bar option. So this way you're gonna only find videos that you are truly looking for, and you're not gonna get distracted by random videos popping up on your feed all the time. And there is a second app that I truly love that helped me so much. It's called Cold Turkey. I actually made an entire video already on the channel that you can go and check out after this video is done, where it gives you many different ways of actually blocking certain features of your computer. You can block certain links, you can block certain apps for a certain period of time, you can lock internet entirely for certain periods of time, you can block your computer completely for certain periods of time. I mean, it's really customizable, really easy to use, and I use it myself. It's great. I made an entire video on it, so yeah, I think it's pretty much self-explanatory how great it is. So these two things together are really strong to remove distractions from your computer. Now, the only downside I would see from using these two pretty much ways of reducing distractions is that you always are reliant on those things. You are not choosing yourself to not be distracted, you are using tools to get there. Now, this is more of an advanced thing you can do. I'm not there yet, you're probably not there as well, but like removing distractions only with your strong mind is hard. You gotta get used to it. It takes months or even years of doing it consistently to be strong enough to be like, okay, I'm just not gonna get distracted by choosing it yourself. I would truly suggest implementing these things now and slowly reducing them over time, seeing if you are able to make the right choices yourself, or if you are still getting distracted and using these tools are beneficial for you. Now, once this first day was done, I repeated the same process for the next 2 or 3 days to come. And it was working great. I was working on important tasks, getting things done, working on things that were important to me, working out and stuff like that. What could go wrong now? All right, I have to get back to work now. And this is where this challenge got hard. Getting back to work and staying over there for 10 hours a day really messed up my entire schedule and the entire routine I built over the first 3 to 4 days of this year. And it reminded me of why this challenge was going to be difficult for me and for anyone actually using it. We all have obligations and things we have no choice of actually doing it. Work is one of them, school is one of them, and we are not always on vacation or having a day completely free where we can do whatever we want. If that would be the case, it would be great, but it's not the case, of course. as we all know it. But don't worry too much. I'm gonna give you ways to work around these obligations and things that you have to do and cannot do anything else about it. This is truly when removing distractions and optimizing the little amount of time you have in a day after you worked or you went to school or anything truly gets important, because you don't have that much time, right? We all understand this. We wake up early in the morning, we go to work, we end at maybe 6 p.m. or maybe a little bit earlier. But the thing is, we still haven't done anything from our day that's productive or that we truly want to do about self-improvement. Now, this is where creating a strong routine and building discipline actually comes into play, because you want to optimize this little amount of time that you have left in a day. Now, this is going to be the topic for next video, so stay tuned for that. Well, I just wanted to quickly talk about people that are in the same situation as me, where they want to improve their life and build things and create stuff. What are the things you should be focusing on? I'm gonna give you here a little list of the things I truly believe are important and that you should focus on right now. The first one being regularity and consistency, which is most likely the one I struggle with the most. It's a make or break for self-improvement and anything in life pretty much. If you can stay consistent on one of your goals, you're gonna make crazy progress over time. If you can't, well, you're never gonna grow. The second thing would be to remove distractions from your life. Now, we already spoke a little bit about this today. It's gonna come back in other videos as well with other tips and things you can use to remove those from your life. Now, next you have sleep, health and fitness. All things considered, health in general. Then you have relationship and family, which is also super important. Then you have mental health with building a strong mind and also being resilient to some emotions and things like that. And finally, you have making sacrifices to grow, because without sacrifices, there will never be any progress. Oh yeah, and there's also the optional goal of making more money, building a business and things like that. Now, all things considered with this list, we're gonna speak about everything. Every single one of those topics will be touched during this year. And I will give you great tips and actually show you how I'm progressing myself with that. And during this year, I truly plan on being transparent with you guys and showing you all the things I do and tell you all the mistakes I made, all the things that truly matter and things you should be considering when you are having the same kind of goals that I do. So work on those distractions, get better, already start your journey right now. 2025 is just starting and I want you guys to join me on this journey as well. I'm gonna see you guys on the next video about routine and discipline. Bye-bye.